7 is about solving systems by substitution. So I'm going to do exactly one example so that everybody understands in a video. So solve the equation by substitution. There are 5 steps. First, label the equations 1 and 2. Then what you're going to do is you're going to state sub 1 into 2. And that means letting this equation equal this equation. So what we have is this. Now when we let them equal each other, that means we're going to go and, first of all, we join the equations at the y equals part. And now what we're going to do is we're going to solve for the variable. In order to do that, what we're going to do is I'm going to choose to have all my x's to one side, to the left side. So on my right side I have 5x. I'm going to subtract my 5x from both sides. Now that simplifies to 7x minus 5 equals negative 19. Now I'm going to get my minus 5, I'm going to move it over to the other side. So I'm going to add plus 5 to both sides, and then we're left with this equation. Negative 7x is equal to negative 14. Now, in order to get rid of this negative 7 which is on the x, we're going to go and divide both sides by negative 7. And we end up with x equals 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this x is equal to 2 and put it into one of these two equations. But I always choose equation 1. So you say sub x equals 2 into 1, and that means you've got y is equal to negative 2 bracket minus 5. And what we substitute in here is the 2 from the x. And when we simplify, we end up with y is equal to negative 4 minus 5, and y is equal to 9. So now, once you've done that, you tell us what our solution is. So in this case, you'd say, therefore, the solution is negative 110, whatever. And what we're going to do in this case is we just say, therefore, the solution is, and you tell me what the 2 points are. xy equals to negative 9. And we're done. For this next problem, we're going to go and do a quick reminder. So we label the equations 1 and 2. We state we're going to substitute 1 into 2. So that's what we have here. And now we're going to join those two equations at the y equals part. So we end up with negative 2x plus 8 is equal to negative x plus 9. Now we're going to put all our x's to the left side, so we're going to go and add x to both sides, and that simplifies to negative x plus 8 equals 9. So now we get negative 8. We're going to take our negative 8 and move it over to the right side, so that's why we add negative 8 to both sides, and we end up with x is equal to negative 1. Negative x is equal to 1, and we simplify and we end up with x is equal to negative 1. So now let's do the next part. So now we've solved for our variable. So now we're going to substitute our variable, what we found, into 1 or 2. So we're going to do that. So we're going to sub x equals 1, negative 1 into equation 1, and we end up with something like this. Substitute directly in, and we end up with the following. 2 plus 8, which equals 10, so therefore the solution is negative 1, 10. Pause the video here. So just a quick reminder, these are the states, these are the things that we have to do in order to go through this problem. Wait, and now substitute. So now we have 0x is equal to 10. This is an impossibility, which means there is no solution. In this case, this means that the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts are different. So there is no solution. So for this problem, we have two equations. C is h is 5, and the revenue is 20 plus 3h. So the break-even means that the cost is equal to the revenue. So the break-even means we make our cost equal our revenue. So these are our two equations, and so we're going to substitute 1 into 2 by letting C equal R. So that means, so now, when we simplify, we end up with 2h is equal to 20, which means we divide both sides by 2 to get h is equal to 10. So that means we're going to substitute h equals 10 into equation 1, which is the easiest one to substitute, which means that we have the following. C is equal to 5 times 10, which gives us C is equal to 50. So that means the break even is when the H is equal to 10 hours and our cost and revenue is both 50. And that's our basic point. Now, your homework is this.